to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to welcome everyone. Beautiful day out there, a little warm, but not too bad. Jenny, if you take the roll.
Councilmember Thorson?
Here.
Councilmember Peterson? Here. Councilmember Wong? Here. Councilmember Cole?
Here.
Mayor Furlong?
Here, quorum is present. This time, motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved, Your Honor.
Moved by Councilmember Peterson,
Second.
second by Councilmember Cole. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is adopted. This time, the consent agenda, and I'll have the city manager read the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mayor. So the consent agenda is for the July 5th, 2022 workshop minutes, the July 5th, 2022 regular meeting minutes, July 5th, 2022 HRA meeting minutes, general claims dollars, HRA claim dollars, EDA claim dollars, League of Minnesota Cities waiver for the Economic Development Authority liability insurance, special event for American Legion Broughton Corn Fest, application for a temporary on-sale liquor license, and an application for the charitable gambling for exempt permit for the Church of St. Peter, North St. Paul, September 17th, 2022. Community Center roof repair, building permit report for June of 2022. Resolution approving acceptance of donations received in June of 2022, and declare surplus property for the Fire Department 2007 Chevy Trailblazer.
I don't have EDA dollars. Was that added?
There are no EDA dollars.
It was just the
You had mentioned EDA dollars, but I didn't.
EDA claims, excuse me, claim dollars.
I got HRA claims. I don't have any.
Yeah. Is that the, do you have an old one?
Is that an old one? I apologize. I must have printed off the old one. I apologize.
So we don't have any. We don't have any EDA.
No EDA dollars, excuse me.
So at this time, a council member can pull any item they want at this time.
Oops.
If not, motion to adopt the consent agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Cole,
Second.
second by Councilmember Thorson. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. This time, the meeting is open to the public. I don't have anything here. Anybody on Zoom? Got kind of a lull here. If they can state their name and address. Technology. Do I hear somebody talking?
I'll try this. Can
Oh, there you go. We got you, John.
It also says that there's 4 participants, so I don't know what that means.
They're just on and listening.
Oh, okay. Mayor, Council, the reason for my making a statement this evening is based on that I made this statement like 2 meetings ago, and it has to deal with the billing that we get monthly and the charge for water, which I think has 4 different rates. And the reason for these rates are to make the residents, citizens know that there's a reason for higher rates for more, or the use of more water. And when you get your bill, you have no clue that this is the state of affairs. We've had, and I don't know, I didn't get an answer as to whether it is impossible for the city of North St. Paul to inform their residents of a bill, which everybody receives for many things, units, unit price, and total price. And no one called me and said, yeah, we can't do that. And I wouldn't have accepted that anyway, because we had this situation with complying with the law, Minnesota law statute on sales tax that had to be on there. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. Well, it turned out you could do that. So I'll be back again. First of all, if I don't get a response from someone within North St. Paul as to what the problem is and what they're going to do to try to solve it. If I get no answer, I'll be back to ask at the open session for the meetings. And the second item is, if you haven't had time to do it, take a look at your electric bill or the utility bill and the electric portion of it. It's quite eye-opening. The power adjustment is now 50% or a 50% increase. Just if you haven't noticed it, I think maybe some people have. I have. And
Are you
that's
talking
it.
the rate? Are you talking the rate, John? 50%?
The power adjustment applied to the regular kilowatt hour rate is a 50% increase. It is stated in a figure of cost per kilowatt hours, but it doesn't take even someone in my advanced age to figure out how to work out a percentage. And it's 48.3, darn close to 50. It's a shocker. Anyway, that's it for me.
Okay, thank you, John. Anybody else? Okay. So this time we have city business action items and recommendation. I'll turn over to City Manager Frandl.
Thank you, Mayor. We've been through the redevelopment master plan approval and the different commissions to get it to this point. I think we're at the final point for the final approval of it. And City Planner Randy Howe is here to talk to us about that.
You stole my thunder.
Randy, how many times have you given this out now to planning and
It's
all the
been
commissions?
a number of times. Thank you for taking the time to look at it again. So the report that's in your packet, I believe, is the final version, hopefully, that you'll see of it. The Planning Commission, actually prior to the Planning Commission seeing it on July 7th, we had a public meeting in the Sandberg Room, and we had a number of residents that came to that. There was a lot of good discussion with them and some questions in general about the goings-on in the downtown, but they didn't have any changes or suggestions for revisions for the plan. Then the Planning Commission the Planning Commission offered some final suggestions on some changes, and those are included in the document before you. There was one that was just a technical thing regarding a piece of data regarding the median household income had changed from the previous year to what was presented in a recent presentation by your finance director. So we just updated that to 2021 figures. And then the table at the very end had two columns. One was a prioritization, and the other was a time frame. So we just eliminated the priorities and kind of provided an overall statement that priorities, everything's kind of a high priority, but they will shift around based on opportunities and funding sources as they arrive. And the other change was kind of collapsing all of the city commissions that we had previously listed under the city. So tonight is hopefully the final review and approval of the document. At this point, I see that we've got a task force member in the audience and some on the city council, so, did you want to add anything, John? No. Then that concludes my presentation.
Nothing to add? That you can think of? You know, the way the process was, I think it really outlined our future for, you know, many years coming. The amount of people that were part of it, the task force, let me get people here, but the Planning Commission, the EDA, the City Council, and then the kind of the focus group in regards, it really got vetted really good. So I appreciate all your time and effort on it. I know you presented it many times and probably had changed it many times, but I think it's a well-written document. And again, it's something that a business coming into town can look at and really see kind of our vision for our city for the upcoming years. Even though, you know, that plan shows businesses that may not be in there 30 years from now. That doesn't mean that we're going after those businesses and telling them to leave. It just tells us that if a business comes in and offers this business a gazillion dollars to buy them out, this is kind of our vision of what we would like to see in place of that business. So, yeah, I think it's a good plan, and something as we are, I think we're going through our growing pains right now. I think developers will look at this and see what our vision is for the future. So,
Mayor, if I could add, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that the Planning Commission did recommend approval to City Council of the document.
oh, they did, okay.
And the EDA also saw it one final time last week, and they also recommend approval.
Good, good.
Thank you.
Any questions for Brandy? Not? Comments? Thank you for all your hard work and all the people that worked on it. So at this time, a motion to approve the, I don't know if I have a resolution here, but motion to approve the downtown redevelopment master plan.
So moved, Your Honor.
Moved by Councilmember Peterson,
Second.
second by Councilmember Wong. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Brandy, you're off the hook for a while.
Thank you for your
That
work.
plan, so
Thanks, Brandy.
thank you for all your hard work.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
I'll turn it back to City Manager Frandl.
Thank you, Mayor. Move on to reports of the city manager for the departments. So just an update on some of the construction projects we have going around town. So 10th Avenue now has the first lift done for the asphalt on the road there. Ariel, the new water main, is in and energized and online. 13th and 14th, as you probably know, are all been asphalted and it's done and functioning now. And then just a quick update on the front steps there. They're going to get that core drilled out, and then we should have those railings here within probably the next couple of weeks. They're going to sandblast them and repaint them and get them back in place, but the new cement looks good out front there. Just an update quick on the...
How about the parking lot? Is that, did you
That's
mention
done. It has the second lift on it, and it is done.
that? And that's all done?
It is.
Good.
Yep. Say, Ron. Is the striping done? That was my question. Wonderful. Thank you.
Looks awesome.
Looks good. Yeah. So we had a unfortunate power outage on the 11th. So we actually have what's called a main feeder line, and that goes directly back to the substation, which is protected by a recloser. So if it has a fault on it, which we ended up having a limb across a three-phase, which went all the way back to the sub, the recloser closed back in, but it didn't blow the limb off of the line, so it actually went out, unfortunately. So we had a couple thousand people out of power. Unfortunately, that included like Target, Home Depot, some big ones. But kudos has to go to the department. We got the call, we got people rolling. They went out there, they got the limb taken off the three-phase, and we threw the circuit back in, and we were on in under an hour. So they did an incredible job. That was really good. What else do we got? So we got, actually, just the Lilly redevelopment update. We put a picture of the building in your packet there, just to give you just a quick view of what they're looking at. There's still a ways to go with that. We have, we had the neighborhood meeting. We had the feedback from them, which was good feedback. They took that into consideration using the facade from current buildings downtown to kind of match into that, but also give it a futuristic feel. It's a really good looking building. They're talking about probably 81, 82 different units inside of there, including, they call them work and live businesses. Yeah, so you could have like, say, a person who does real estate and work out front, but they can live in the back type situation. So yeah, it's a really nice building. They still got a ways to go. They're working on the PUD, they're working on their finance part of it, but then we'll have them come to council and give a presentation to you guys and talk more details. So it really looks good, though. With that, that's all I have.
All right. Reports of council commissions and committees. Councilmember Cole.
Park and Recreation has their next meeting on July 27th, 6:30 here in City Hall. I believe we're still going to be in the Sandberg Room. There's also a community meeting that would before that, which will also be upstairs here at 6 o'clock. The EDA had their meeting. The EDA, as Brandy already talked to, gave a recommendation to approve the master development, the redevelopment master plan. So it's good to see that it's gone full circle and it's all been approved. They also approved to do some ground borings at the 2579 7th Avenue. There is concern that when the original structure was torn down, that they may or may not have either fully removed the basement or may not have broken up the basement. So before we do any additions, the EDA has talked about putting grass over it, et cetera. They want to see what it's like underneath so that we don't just have a pool of water sitting in a basement.
And that information, it will be a report, and that information will actually be helpful to any developers that
Correct.
come in. So just want to add that.
Yep. Next meeting is August 9th, 3:30 here in City Hall in the Sandberg Room. That's all I have.
Okay. Councilmember Wong.
The Planning Commission met on July 7th, and Brandy at work again on the sign ordinance. And so they kind of put the finishing touches on it, and there will be a public hearing for that on Thursday, the 21st at 6:30, following the joint EDA Planning Commission. As for the Arts and Culture Commission, they've been working on Project Snowy, and they're about to launch a call for artists here, believe tomorrow. So they're moving along. And their next meeting is on August 3rd at 6:30 in Sandberg.
Councilmember Peterson.
Yes, I got elected to president of the Women's City Government, so that'll be another little job I'll have. I attended a policy meeting down in the League of Minnesota Cities on revenues and disparities and LGA, and that was really a hot button issue. So we're going to have somebody from the state government talk about that at the next meeting. And the 19th Avenue student-built house is all done. It was a wonderful open house. I know that you probably talk about that later. And that's all I have. Thanks.
Councilmember Thorson.
I don't have anything, but I do have a question, since we're talking about the Lilly building. There's a current tenant in that building who has attended EDA meetings and now has contacted the council about his desire to stay in town and inquiring about assistance in relocation. has he gotten any definitive answer on whether or not the EDA or the city is going to consider, what he's asking?
So the Soren has reached out to him and contacted him about that, so they've been in communication.
Okay.
Yep. It does not look like there will be moving help for that, no. Just because of the way it was, the city's involvement, we weren't directly involved. When it came to that endpoint, it was the owner of the property that was moving and canceled the rent, or the lease that he had there.
So his request was for assistance in helping potentially find a place in town and potentially getting some financial assistance, and you're saying that the answer to that question will, or has been no?
Correct.
Okay.
Anything else?
No?
That's it. General business, Councilmember Cole.
Music in the Park this Thursday night, the 21st, 7 o'clock, Casey Lake. I apologize, I didn't look up who the band was. I think it's a duet. Yep. So wonderful. Thanks, Candy. Food truck event, July 27th at Housie Park from 6 to 8 o'clock. Looking forward to seeing everybody out there. I don't have the official count on food trucks. Carried you up, and it's 4. It's an event that we did prior to, and I think we even once during the pandemic.
We did.
Had a phenomenal turnout. It was great. It was just good to see everybody out, a lot of families, a lot of lines for the food trucks. So I encourage anyone and everyone to go out and attend. As Councilmember Peterson referenced, the Student Build House did have their open house last week. Had the opportunity to attend. Just hats off to the whole program. Just something that I think the city should be very proud of as far as what we're able to provide to Century. There was great turnout from Century College, from District 622, from a lot of the other high school leadership from around here, as well as some local politicians were also there. And it's something I think as a community we need to be very proud of. And just last but not least, Jason's gone, but we had the opportunity to grill for the fire department and their family last week. So my dog was real happy when I came home, smelled like burgers and hot dogs, and definitely got a little extra attention when I walked in the door. But what a fabulous opportunity to be able to provide. And I'm done.
Great, thank you. Councilmember Wong.
Well, I'll just add to some of the items that Councilmember Cole had stated. And, the fire department grill out was really fun. It was good to see, our volunteer firefighters out there, and also just enjoying their time and their family. And, And then the other piece would be that the art cart will also be at the Music in the Park. So that's an opportunity for families to really enjoy some art.
Councilmember Peterson.
Yeah, just to piggyback on that open house, there was City of Roseville, School Board, White Bear Lake, Stillwater. They're very impressed with our program. So they want to do something like that, so we should be very proud of that. And it was fun to see the kids that were building on it. They could see the final, they're the pride in their faces and their parents. It was just a wonderful event, and it's a heck of a house. Whoever gets that house is going to be very lucky. Just first class all the way. I just want to remind people of National Night Out, August 2nd. There's still time, right, Carrie, to sign up. St. Mark's is going to be a new addition, so I was glad to see that. And the more the merrier. We'll come out and you can get the fire department, the police department to stop by, and it's usually a very nice evening. So put that on your calendar. That's all I have. Thanks.
Councilmember Thorson.
Yeah, just one quick item. I had a resident email me a question or concern about the car show. And she had heard rumors that there were many complaints about the noise or something, but she couldn't substantiate them. So just like to take the opportunity to state that there has been no discussion amongst the council, at least that I'm aware of, that there's any concerns related to the car show. and that we are not entertaining any ideas of ending it. I certainly fully support it. It's a great community event. The volunteer work that goes on from the history cruisers is a wonderful asset to our community, and it's not something that the city is entertaining any notion whatsoever of ending. If anything, it's going to continue to grow. So I just wanted to address that as it was brought to my attention. You know, sometimes these rumors are hard to substantiate, but, you know, as we have more development in downtown and more apartment-type structures coming in, maybe that's where it's coming from. But to me, when you choose that lifestyle, you kind of have to expect to deal with things like that, and ongoing community event in the downtown like that, I think, is a positive, not a negative, so.
Okay. Thank you. Just want to shout out again for the picnic, the Jason Malinger, Fire Chief, he really appreciated us cooking that night, and it was well received by all the firemen and their families. National Night Out, yep, that's coming up here August 2nd. I thought I was going to be out of town, but I will be in town, so I'll be able to actually go out and enjoy the National Night Out. We do have a community center meeting on July 28th. If you're interested in having some input in regards to the community center, it'll be here at the council chambers on July 28th at 6:30. So put that on your calendar. Max Diner is opening next Monday, July 25th. They'll have a soft opening this weekend with staff and family and friends. I believe the council was invited, and sign up for a time to be down there before it opens up to the public. It gives the staff a good training experience to deal with customers. So hopefully you'll be able to do that invitation from Brandon at Max. Excited to be open next Monday, so very excited about that. Other than that, that's all I have. Anybody have any last minute things you missed? Nope. So at this time, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Ooh. It's a tie vote.
Second.
Motion by Councilmember Wong, second by Councilmember Cole. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. We are adjourned.